Hello, it's me, Haley, Kang, and I'm back at you with another video. Sorry, so bad. Basically, I thought I would sit down and make a video of like freshman year review, I guess. You can't even call it like a full year review because up until January, I was still making videos, but I don't think I was in any place to tell you guys about what it was like going to Penn since I was at home. Even like my spring semester wasn't like the full Penn experience since COVID was going on and there was a lot of restrictions that wouldn't have been there otherwise. So I guess you can call this like the freshman quarter experience from me to you. Better than nothing because there's not a lot of people that go to Penn making videos about it, so you gotta take what you can get. So the way I have this video kind of split up is into 3 categories. I'm going to be talking about the academic side, the social side, and just like some miscellaneous topics here and there. So like I said, the first category I'm going to be talking about is the academic side of things from second semester. Overall, I feel like my classes were definitely easier just like the whole year round than they would have been if I was taking the classes in person. But I almost felt like my high school classes in like junior and senior year were harder than the classes I took at Penn, which is weird. But with that said, I will say, because of my fault, I felt like my second semester classes were harder than first semester because in first semester, I didn't really have that much going on in my life, so I just kind of had school. I just had a lot of time on my hands, so I had enough time to study and some to like relax, watch Netflix and all of that stuff. But then second semester, I feel like I allocated more of my time to like making friends and like social stuff than like academics. There was like a lot of cramming happening during second semester. But with that said, I feel like you guys would be very proud of me. I ended the entire year with a 4.0 GPA. So a little pat on the back for me. That 4.0 GPA is about to get ruined next year with in-person classes, but I'm gonna be holding on to that right now. I personally really liked having asynchronous online classes because I was able to like move things around as I wished to make time for other things I cared about, like making friends, going out to dinner. I probably should not be prioritizing those things over my grades. So yeah, I felt like I had a lot more freedom to hang out with my friends, but then I guess another consequence of that was a lot of the times I would push off all of my work and push off watching all of my lectures until like the night before I had like a huge test or exam or a quiz. And so I would have like 4 hours of lectures to get through for one class. But also it was kind of clutch because I could go at like 2 times speed through the video, since like I feel like most lectures anyways, the professor talks really slow and like the information is given in a very slow pace. Another thing I want to touch on the academic side of things, second semester definitely made me question what I was studying and whether what I was studying was the right choice or not. And honestly, I'm still really confused on what I really want to do. Going into first semester, I really thought that I would want to go into consulting, and I really didn't see myself being an industry engineer. But then I thought about it and I was like, do I want to be a sellout? No. And also, do I want my job to be helping other companies succeed and helping others work succeed when like being an industry engineer, I can like, I know it sounds really cheesy, but like making like a mark on the world. So even going into second semester, my mind was already really not set, but then being on campus and seeing all these people around me that seemed like so sure about their major and their career path. You know, there were so many people I met that were set on the pre-med track, pre-law, pre-dentistry even, and I was just kind of there where I'm like, I can't see myself committing to anything right now. I actually ended up taking Mechanical Engineering 101, which is like the intro class to it, to see if I liked it. And I liked it like a decent amount. Like it was probably my favorite class second semester, but I don't know if that had to do with the fact that it was kind of like my easiest class. You guys can probably tell that I still really don't know like where my mind is at. I mean, like if I had to choose right now, I'd say like I really want to work at SpaceX. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, because I really liked taking Meme 101 at the end of the semester, I ended up changing my major to mechanical engineering. So next fall semester, I think I'm taking like 2 or 3 mechanical engineering courses. So I really hope I stick with it, or else I'm gonna have to take so many more requirements that I don't want to take. Being at Penn on campus in person definitely made me feel dumber than I thought I used to be. I don't know if it was because I studied less than last semester, but I definitely felt more clueless in second semester, and I felt like I was like constantly surrounded by people around me that just knew more than me in terms of all my classes. You know, sometimes I would meet someone new and then we would have a class together and I'd be like, oh yeah, it's a hard class, like I was so confused on this, and they'll just straight up be like,
I thought it was okay, and I was like,
oh, good for you.
I don't know, like this one moment comes up to mind, like in the middle of the semester for my math class. We had a group project and I was put in this group with like 3 other guys, and I swear I've never met like smarter people in my life. We were assigned a problem to solve and I had like no idea how to do it whatsoever, but then like they started like spitting up like abstract concepts, and like they solved the problem in like this really weird way where it was like totally abstract and there was like no numbers whatsoever involved. You know, it'd be like C1 x1 plus C2 x squared or something like that, and I'd be like, I don't know what this means. And then one last small thing, I guess, to add into like the whole academic thing is that I ended up missing advanced registration, which is like a 2-week long period where we choose, like, we rank the classes that we want next year, and then after that they put out like schedules for everyone. So basically what I had to do was, after everyone got their schedules, I had to choose out of the classes that no one wanted, basically. And then the next topic I wanted to talk about was kind of the social side of things. If you're an incoming freshman or in high school, I don't know if you should like go off of what I say to make your opinion about Penn, because obviously it was different because of COVID. And also I feel like the social aspect for most colleges are similar. You can disagree with me if you want, but yeah. What happened in second semester I think was partially my fault, because in first semester, I really didn't feel the need to go out of my way to make friends that go to Penn. I hated like meeting people over Zoom, and I hated having superficial Instagram DM conversations with people I have no clue about, and just like saying like,
Oh, hi. Oh, I just thought you were pretty.
it's not genuine connections, and I know like I'm not gonna be like close friends with them online. So first semester, I spent most of my free time talking to my now boyfriend, but then just like talking to a person, and also just like watching Netflix. And also I felt like I had a good support system because I had you guys, and you know, I was kind of like very into my YouTube at that point, and I was spending a lot of my time on that, so I didn't really feel the need to like go out of my way to make friends. I kind of thought, you know, once I got onto campus, like the friends would just happen naturally, I guess, and I didn't really want to stress out about it. But internally, like I know that I was stressing a lot about it. I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but I feel like making YouTube videos gave me kind of a skewed perception of what my sociable skills are. Like making videos, it's really easy for me to talk to myself. Like if you guys watching in my live streams, I could talk to myself and like talk to you guys forever and ever and ever, and I felt like that would carry over into like in-person interactions. Spoiler alert, it did not. I found out that I'm way better at talking to myself than actually like making friends with people. I learned that to a lot of people, I give really bad first impressions because I hate like being put in uncomfortable situations, and if I'm put in front of someone I don't know and I have like a friend around me, even though I want to get to know like that other person, I'll just like naturally gravitate to like the friend I already have, because I feel so awkward like talking to new people. But I think that just like comes off as like me not caring. So anyways, the first 3 weeks of spring semester were, to be honest, like pretty lonely for me. It was so weird right off the bat. Like the first day I came to Penn, and when I was moving everything into my dorm, I walked all the way across campus to get to the mailroom so I could pick up a bunch of packages I ordered. And I just remember seeing like huge crowds of people. Keep in mind, like coming into Penn, like Penn made like a whole deal of, oh, there's a Penn conduct contract or something like that, where it was basically outlining like all the COVID rules for the semester, where, oh, you can't like gather with more than like 2 people, and like I don't even think we were supposed to be meeting anyone at that point, because we were all supposed to be in like a 2-week quarantine period. And then like literally the first day I come here, I don't know what to expect, and I just see huge groups of people who are already friends, and I'm like standing there like walking to the package room like looking like crusty as hell. And I was like, oh shit, like I literally have no friends here, what am I going to do? And then so after that, I kind of went into a mini panic mode, and I started doing the thing that I said I didn't like, DMing people I didn't know. And I was like,
oh, like we should hang out sometime. Oh, I'm on campus now. Oh, would you want to get a meal with me? And stuff like that.
I was like meeting probably like 5 new people every single day for like more than a week. Like 98% of the people I met I did not vibe with, but then it was one of those things where I was trying to convince myself that I liked them and that like I really enjoy their company. Not to say that they're like not cool people, like I think they're cool people and I would still grab a meal with them now, but I mean potential for like a really close friendship where I like really wouldn't have any walls up and I could just not spend energy to be with that person, because I like to consider myself a extroverted introvert, so I feel like deep down I honestly am an introvert. Few select people I feel this way about. Like if I'm really comfortable with them, I won't feel like I'm expending energy to hang out with them. But if I'm just like kind of close with them, after hanging out with them, I will be drained, because like hanging out with people like takes energy out of me and I just want to be alone after that. So like none of the people I met in like those first like 2-3-ish weeks of being at Penn did I feel like, oh, like I could honestly let my hair down with these people and just like be completely myself. And that kind of made me sad, because after 2 weeks of not meeting anyone that I really vibed with, I was like, oh, am I going to even meet anyone that I can really get along with during the semester, or am I just gonna kind of be like floating around, like hanging out with people I don't really get along with? So in conclusion, like the first 3 weeks, I felt like I was behind on the whole like friend making scene, because I saw like so many people around me, and like including the people I was hanging out with, they already found people that they vibe with, and they had like these extended like friend groups already, and they were going on picnics, or not picnics in the middle of January, but like basically they just like had a lot of friends around them that like they could hang out with like every single day and not be tired of them. And I will say like one thing that did help me during those like few weeks where I felt really lonely was my boyfriend. When I felt lonely, I could call him and he would make me feel better, so that was a plus. Things started to look up around the end of January for me, because I made 2 really close friends, Irene and Jess. It was kind of by coincidence. I met Jess because she DM'd me on Instagram in like the 2nd week I was there, and she was like, oh, let's grab lunch sometime, and so we grabbed lunch, and then I invited her to go to like this rooftop thing here called Sierra Green. Like all the freshmen go there, I feel like, but it's like a really pretty place to see the sunset. And so I invited her to come with me, and Irene happened to be there too, and I met Irene like a few days ago, but it wasn't for that long, and it was kind of awkward then too. I feel like I'm just an awkward person in general. But anyways, that day Irene, Jess, and I got connected, and like a few days after that, at like midnight, we decided to go get McDonald's together, and we were there like just like goofing off and like making random TikToks, and it was really fun. And so that's kind of how I found my people, I guess. But after I found them, it definitely got rid of almost all of the loneliness I felt in those first few weeks. I felt like more confident in myself, and I was able to enjoy being at Penn, I feel like, after I met them, which is pretty cute. And then, next on the social topic is I joined a sorority. In middle school, I told myself I would never join a sorority. I thought they were all white, and all they did was party, and I thought it was like really fake. Even going into the rush process, I still had those thoughts, because honestly, I signed up for rush like I think 2 days before the deadline or the day before the deadline, because I honestly like didn't know if I wanted to rush for any sororities, and I don't think I would have rushed if COVID didn't happen and if it was just like a normal freshman year. But because of COVID, I feel like it would have been really hard for me to like make my own friends. So I was like, oh, if all else fails, I guess I'll just join a sorority. So I went through the rush process. The rush process was like 4 or 5 days where I had probably like 5 or 6 hours of Zoom calls with multiple sororities. It was really draining, and most of them I didn't get along with. But luckily, I got my top choice, which was Chi-O. A few days after bid day, and I was like kind of like in the sorority, and that's when people were linking up to just like get lunch together and stuff like that. I was put into quarantine because a girl in my hallway had COVID. So I missed like the majority of when all the girls in my PC were kind of getting to know each other, which kind of sucked. And I felt behind again because I was like, oh, I see all these Chi-O girls being friends now, getting lunch together, getting brunch together, and I'm not there. And I'm like, damn, why am I in a sorority then? Because it was like not cheap to be in it, you know, because there's dues and everything. But thanks to this one special person called Gianni. She's not gonna watch this, but because of this girl Gianni, who's also in Chi-O, she contacted me and she was like, oh, like some of the Chi-O girls are getting dinner, you should come. And I was like, I would love to. And I had like a 5-minute conversation her with before, and she was like so funny and like so intense. So I was like, yeah, I'll go. And then I went, and Gianni and I got along really well, and I also got to like hang out with 5 other Chi-O girls. And so that kind of like kickstarted me getting to know the Chi-O girls. And now like over the summer, I hang out with the Chi-O girls, which is cool. So yeah, Gianni, if you're watching this, thank you, because you're the only reason I have Chi-O friends, because I'm socially awkward and you help me with that. And then the last topic is the miscellaneous topic. None of these things are important enough to be their own category, but also I just like kind of want to mention it for, I don't know, kicks, I guess. And the first subtopic is about my boyfriend. If you guys have been, you know, watching like all of my videos since like October, or have watched a lot of my live streams, you know I've talked about my now boyfriend. Then we were just talking a lot, and I'll be like,
I really like him and everything.
and yeah, now we're dating. Just a quick recap, because I never really gave like a full recap. We matched on Bumble in late September, but I ended up ghosting him because I went to Michigan in October. But then when I came back from Michigan, I matched with him again on Tinder, and then so we set up a date, and then we went to Hanggang in Seoul. We had a great time. We met up 2 times after that before I had to come to Penn, and on January 20th he asked me out, and I said yes. Keep in mind, I asked him out twice before then, and he said no. But finally, on January 20th, he asked me out, and I said yes. And it's been great since then. He came to visit me for my birthday in early March, and then I went to California to see him in like late April. He's definitely helped me in the transition, like going to Penn and going to college, because anytime I felt lonely or I felt sad, he was kind of there as like my support system, including my parents. My parents are also my support system. Moving on into the health subtopic. This semester was not a great time for my health. First of all, I gained 10 pounds. Sure, it wasn't the freshman 15, but like it still sucked. My pants are getting a little tighter, and I could like see the changes in my body that I weren't happy with. But then it was really hard to like combat that, because I felt like, especially because of COVID, there wasn't as much like stuff going on like socially on campus. So a lot of people looked to like getting dinner or like getting lunch with people as their form of like socializing, I guess. So it was really hard for me to avoid that, and like the food in Philadelphia is so much better than the food in the place I live in, Korea or Michigan combined probably. But you know, I'm working on it now. I'm going to the gym like 3 or 4 times a week. I'm really trying, so I'm trying to get that summer body, but we'll see where that goes. And then the last subtopic is why I haven't posted in so long, and like the whole YouTube thing about like not posting for the past 3 or 4 months. I feel like I just didn't make it a priority in my life during second semester, because I was so focused on school and like making new friends. But then also kind of going off of that, I felt like the longer I didn't post a video, the bigger the burden on me there was to make a video. Another reason why I wasn't posting was I just thought my channel was dead. I was just kind of in the mindset of like, no one's gonna see my videos anyways, no one's gonna care. I've had my time of my limelight in the YouTube space. My plan from now on is make random videos, I guess. I'm gonna try to post more videos often. And if you guys have any videos you want to see from me, comment it in the comment section down below. But yeah, if you like this video, like it, comment down below anything, and I will respond back to anyone who comments on this video. And follow me on Instagram at hyejinn.kang. That's my Korean name, Heijin. That's what my boyfriend calls me also. See, I'm name dropping my boyfriend so much right now. I'll see you guys soon, sometime. I don't know when, but yeah. I hope you guys are doing great, and I will see you guys later. Bye.